Alexa, turn on Dynamic Duo. Hello, hello, hello. So, what's the latest? Doing some more painting. Uh, sometimes, I just stare at a menu and go, well, I don't know what to do now. That's kind of where I'm at. So, I've got my super fragilistic this guy. And what I mean by super fragilistic, I mean super fragile. Fragilistic. I mean, he just like, he is just, you just look at him funny and parts break off. He is not fun to try to paint. It's like, I don't even want to, you think about him wrong and he falls apart. It's like, don't, look, I'm just Krampus, man. I get a bad rap. Just don't. It just breaks down as soon as I. So this is where he's at. He's almost done. I got a lot of. There's one little bit I haven't painted, and that's the whole trim between the chrome bits or silver bits that I painted. And that's really all, other than doing some touch-ups and maybe a little bit more highlighting here and there. He's pretty much finished. And I glued on his tongue, but I tell you, that tongue is so fragile. I don't even know if I glued on right, to be honest. I should probably paint his eyes. His eyes aren't painted. Should I paint them red? Classic evil monster red. Red with a yellow pupil. That would be weird, huh? Plasma red, maybe? He's, like I said, I'm just touching him up. He's got little bits of this and little bits of that's to go, and I don't even know why. I tell you, I gotta do Santa. I gotta work on Santa. This guy's pretty much, he's about as far as he's gonna get. I mean, he got a few little things to do on him, and like I said, I got some highlights, and I gotta do that little trim. I gotta decide what that trim color is gonna be yet, though. Yeah, I guess that's not too bad. Wasn't much to do there, but give him those nice red eyes. So one thing I wanted to do was try to spray some yellow on the inside of this, the whole inside, outside of this with the airbrush to give it some OSL appearance. Maybe even run it up a little bit up here. But I don't know, man. I'm trying to decide what this thing should be in color. I'm leaning towards a... I really just don't know. I don't. I am stumperationed on what I want to do with that. Is this the one I used? 10. Nope, that's not the one I used. I just got to use this for a second. Just a moment here. I think it's this one. Just enough to... Notice how I'm taking really wide turns around this guy. I don't want to accidentally bump him with anything. Not my brush, not my breath. Nothing. Because he wants to break. Everything wants to break him. You would think a fiend of Krampus's renown would be a little tougher than he is. So he is not tough. Yeah, all right, so let's figure out what I'm missing here. Got the eyes, kind of got his shirt, everything's chromed. I gotta just do that one piece. I really just gotta go, I gotta commit and do, let's take this tan a little bit since I have it here. Just kind of trying to give some highlight here. Oddly enough, this really kind of has its own highlight already. I say oddly, but it's not really odd, it's just... And I'm putting it on the ground. I know it's not great for the camera because this camera's not very good at adjusting to what I'm pointing out, but it doesn't know how to recalibrate its focus. I'm trying to stay away from that candle because that's broken off twice. His tongue is broken off before. I'm just trying to make progress without doing more damage. Pure red. Apparently Crusaders have some pretty dark skin. Because that Crusader skin is some serious dark skin. Look at this color. I don't even have a color. It's just support breast cancer awareness month. Reaper minis. It's not. I mean, yes, it's pink, but I'm just saying it doesn't even like tell you it's pink. It just doesn't even give you a weird breast cancer pink. I don't know. I mean, whatever you want to call it. It's just not. It's not a color. They don't even give it a color. They're just like you get it. You can look at this and get an idea. It's like okay. Guess we'll just go with whatever I think. Usually they just want to give you weird names. I guess you can't call it like breast pink or something, huh? That would be... They'd probably be like, well, what are you trying to say, man? Breasts are no pink, man. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, man. Just say it. Trying to use this red as almost like a highlight. Should put something on his beard though. His beard is too, I don't know, too not beardy. It doesn't have any highlight. I'm gonna try. I do have. I have some contrast paints. I have Holy White, which I'm afraid I'll turn it kind of gray. Don't really want it fully gray. I do have another one that's called Grim Black, but I'm not sure that that's gonna do anything against black. So maybe I mix them up. Do a little Holy White Grim Black thing to kind of lighten it up. Do a combo color. I have some airbrush paints. That's not what I want. And then I have Gravelord Gray. Well, I guess Gravelord Gray is kind of the middle road on those guys. Let's do that one. Let's see if that'll... If they're both... It's a contrast paint. So maybe it'll provide a little something on his beard. The blackness of his beard should be... I don't know. Guess we'll see. That's what I'm talking about. See, his beard has no real variation in it. I'm hoping something like this could, I don't know, call out a little of the detail in his beard. Hopefully without me getting it all over other parts of his face. No, I haven't done anything with his teeth. He does have teeth. like he needs more gray in it. You know, he doesn't have enough gray. Or, you know, I feel like he's an old soul, is Krampus. As such, should have more agedness in that beard. So maybe I do want it to have some gray. That's way too black. Gravelord Gray is too dark. We'll give it a minute to think about it. Think about what it's done and see if I can give it some gray color. Because, yeah, maybe when it dries a tad, but it still looks just too black. Too black for my liking. Let's do something with those teeth. Let's give him some... Let's pop those teeth a little bit, shall we? How about some light skin color? Or... What's a good color for his teeth? You know, it's sad that I'm still thinking I need more paints. Because fact is, I have a lot of paints. It's like, really? Do I need more paints? And I'm like, yeah, I probably do. I can't. It's like a person's like, I don't know, Ken. I'm thinking maybe you don't. Oh, I do. No, I'm thinking you don't. Oh, I do. Okay, I'm pretty sure you don't. Oh, but I do. I know. All right. I might ask, what exactly are you doing right now? Well, tell ya. Stalling. Stalling is what I'm doing. I'm trying to decide. I barely did anything at all. I mean, it is a shader, but still. I should work on Santa. You know, I keep telling myself that, but I haven't gotten around to doing it. So I talked to a company called Launch Boom. They're a marketing company to help me with my, you know, see what they cost, what their fees are and stuff when it comes to trying to get my X-Case launched, or get the X-Case Kickstarter launched. And I don't know. Sounds like they might be out of my budget. They want me to do. I mean, yes, it's a big campaign, and I gotta make a lot of money on this campaign. So I get it. I get it why it's expensive to do a big enough launch to get out in people's face. And I understand the premise, and I really wish I could, but I just don't have that kind of dozy McDoze. So it's expensive, man. Everything's expensive, though. I mean, really. When you get right down to it, what's not? The question is, what is not expensive? Because what can you do that's worth the value that isn't expensive? That's all I gotta say. Especially in business, right? I mean, there's probably things. But in business, probably not so much. I am stalling. I have not. I have got to do something with that one piece, and I have not done it because I'm not sure what to do with it. The trim of his. The trim of his shawl. It's currently red, but that was just kind of accidental. It's not even fully painted correctly. It's just got paint on it. So that's kind of like, it wasn't really what it was intended to be. Wait, blue case ain't open, so I'm not putting my blues and purples away. Skeleton bone is really good. It's a good skeleton bone color. I mean, it does what it says it's gonna do. It's a good color. Some of them, you wonder, they give these things names, and you're like, really? Because it doesn't look like that. It's not what I picture for that. And this plate mail is pretty good too. Actually looks pretty plate maily. Very chromific. Chromiest. It's chromy, man. It's really chromy. I know you're just watching me put paints away right now, so you're welcome to just, chime in. say, dude, there's people watching you. You should probably not put your paints away online. Who cares about that? Which reminds me, I've got to go through at some point and put them all in my paint rack. I have an app called Paint Rack that... It's where I store all of the paints I have, so I can go, do I have that paint? And I can go on when I'm shopping for paints and go, oh, I have that bottle of paint. It's actually pretty unlikely that I have a lot of the paints because I really don't. I mean, for the amount of paints I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 30. 8 times 3 is 24. So I got about 240 paints-ish. And that's nothing. Considering I have a few variations of, I've got a few brands. I can tell you my brown case is super full. I keep trying to come up with ways to sort. Like I have a case up here with minis in it. That's probably got to go. It's just got to be changed to a paint case. And then I got to decide what goes in that paint case. So, because I've pretty much... Seems I've pretty much filled up my brown case is fully full of paint, which makes it a little hard. I mean, almost to a point where it's hard to get the paints out when it's totally full. So that's problematic. And a lot of these cases, once I have all the paints put away, are pretty dang full. I don't even know what Vampire Mist is. Oh, another brown. Another brown. How am I orange? I really don't have any more space for brown, man. even though I keep buying browns, because I don't, for all the browns I don't have all the browns. There's browns I don't have, and I have not figured out. It's like, I need to get this color brown or that color brown. I don't know, maybe I have some duplicate browns? I have too many browns. I gotta like sort them out kind of by shade. See what they actually are. Ooh, I got some breathing space now. Okay. I can actually see all these minis that are in front of me now. Wow, I got a lot of minis up here. Okay, so that trim. That trim is going to be the death of me, man. I don't know what to do with it. I should just commit, right? Just paint it something, man. How about a brownish? What is a brownish red? How about rust brown? Rust brown. It's actually a color I like a lot. It is a reddish brown. And it might be the perfect shade for that. Something that goes with the brown theme, but it's also red. Now I could find it. I got black and brown. Is that my rust brown there? Rust brown. Here we go. Rust brown is one of my... It's actually a color I like a lot, to be honest. I'm going to do rust brown. Probably should be more brown than that. Maybe I can do a shade or something over it. We'll do this, and then that's it. That's going to have to be my day. How much am I supposed to shake this puppy? Almost sounds like I have a metal ball in there, huh? Hi, Russ Brown. You're back in action. Haven't had you in action in a while, but we're going to put you to work right now. I've done a few things in Rust Brown before because I do like it. Now, it's not to say it's the best choice for this thing, but we're going to find out. I gotta say, I think I see some people doing it, and it's actually pretty impressive to me that a person could do something that requires this level of concentration to make sure you don't like totally blink it, and they can continue talking. I'm getting better at it, but it's actually hard when you're really trying to focus on not messing something up. Your brain tends to commit to that object, and talking becomes more difficult, or not more difficult, just more, it just becomes less of the focus, and your brain doesn't put too much effort into it. It's like it's trying to refocus the energy. It's called multitasking. I know. say women are better at that than men. I don't know. Is it true? Are they better at multitasking? They'd like you to think so. I've heard studies say that no, there's no such thing as being better at multitasking. People just can't do multitasking very well. I mean, there are things you can, I mean, yes, it's possible, but it's hard to be good at it. You know what I'm saying? Because the brain is just designed to focus on things. I'm worried about bumping stuff here. Getting this on things that don't need it, and that means just things I have to fix if I mess up. Speaking of Pyro, I play Marvel Snap. Is Pyro a character? Pyro's not a character in Marvel Snap. I thought, isn't Pyro a Marvel character? I remember because in HeroClix, Pyro was a thing. I think he was a villain, of course. All right. I don't think I'm going to finish this. It's taking too long. Taking too long to get it done in the time I have. You know, I had somebody was kind enough to what do you call it? What do they do on Twitch when they hand everybody over to you? All of their followers, all of their viewers, raid you. Somebody raided me one time with like 60 people, and it was like 5 minutes before I was logging off. And a lot of times, especially in the past, I don't do it as much. I'm getting better at trying to talk all the way to the end, but I'd start to focus on my work at the last parts, because I knew I was about to finish and I just wanted to finish something up. And I barely talked, and then I looked up and I go, "You got to pay attention to your stream, man." There's supposedly there's things you can put on your stream that'll tell you when you're getting texted and stuff. And I have a thing on mine that's supposed to tell me when I get rated, but I haven't been rated since, so I don't know if it works. I had it on, then it wasn't connecting, and then I don't know if it's working anymore. It worked for a little while. Like, apparently it works on, to some extent, because I've had YouTube block, because I have some sound effects for other things. YouTube blocks part of my video whenever somebody follows me. Because my video will play this 15-second bite of the Superman theme song. It's only for 15 seconds, and they block my, I don't know, the audio of, or they mute the audio of my stream when I have that on there. Only for that 15 seconds though. And it's like, you can't monetize this stream. And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know what that means. I mean, I can't monetize anything. I don't make any money off of my stream, so I don't know what they're talking about. I can't obviously you can monetize anything if you want to do it through some means other than through said streaming service. If you post a link to monetize it through your Patreon or some numb thing, but but you can't do it through them. And it's not like they're paying me anything anyway. And it's funny going to one of my videos and seeing commercials, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I'm not allowed to get paid for this, but yet you're allowed to put commercials on my stream. It's like, why are you putting commercials on my stream? You're not paying me nothing. I think it's kind of silly that they can do that. I know it's their service. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're on their service. So I guess it's not that silly. They're just like, hey, you're here for free. We're allowed to make money off you. I get it, but I still think it's dumb. I get the logic in it. I just don't. I still think it's dumb. It's my stream. I understand if you don't want to pay me, but you shouldn't be allowed to make money off of my stream until if I can't make any money off of it. Or they put commercials on my... So I have a couple of my streams that have commercials. And I didn't, you know, well, maybe there's a way to turn that off. I don't know. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Trying to clean this up here, and this is not a, this really is not a an easy thing to hit, to be honest. Where'd it go? I rotated him too far. I'm like, where am I? Can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so if you happen to be watching this and you're from the Northwest, like myself, this Saturday we are doing a game night. There's a church called Maltby, or Church at Maltby. It's kind of up here in the Bothell area. You should take a look. Bothell, look up the Church at Maltby. It's on Paradise Lake Road. Check it out. Come and play some board games with us on Saturday. Everybody's welcome. Anybody who wants to play games. We do keep it clean though, so there's not, you know, we don't really allow cussing, and so if you're a cusser, just saying, gotta kind of tone yourself down just a tad. We are at a church, and there's a certain expectations at the church. And we have a couple of, you know, we have a number of churchgoers that would appreciate that consideration. But we're all pretty easygoing though. No, don't get me wrong. It's all fun. The guy who runs it is a good friend of mine, and he does occasionally stop well, not in the middle of everything, but usually at the beginning, get everybody together and just pray for a good time, good evening with everybody. That we all just enjoy each other's company. There's usually food of some kind. It could be snacks. Could actually end up being pizza or something. It just depends on what everybody wants to bring. Chicken. A friend of ours is always buying chicken and bringing it, like Zell's or something, or even KFC. He's done that a few times. It is good, and it's got a lot of protein in it. So it's like, for me, that's okay. I tend to try to be a little picky about trying what I'm eating, but only a little. I give in the sweets and junk too much, but not as much as some, I suppose. But for somebody who's, you know, trying to keep saying that my goal one of these days is to actually have six-pack abs, it's gonna be hard to do if I can't stop myself from do the exercise, but I don't really do the eating right. Trying, but not there yet. I'm right there with everybody else who struggles with that same thing. Even though I work out as much as I do, eating good is not my. I eat okay. I'm pretty good at eating, limiting my quantities of food, and that's the thing. I can limit my quantities, but it's the quality. I do tend to eat too much goodies. I love me some goodies. I got that from my grandfather. He always had to, always. It wasn't just like an occasional. He just always wanted dessert with his dinner or his meal. That could be lunch too. Like some morning you might want, a donut or. He was pretty heavy for a while. He's lost a lot of weight now. He's in his 90s. So could just come with age, but he was just. I got that from him, man. I just feel like every time I'm done eating dinner, I'm like, okay, what's for dessert? And I'm like, I don't feel guilty about it. I feel like I said, I'm pretty good. I tell myself, well, one thing, small quantity. But well, the problem comes is when you have like these gatherings and you're with a bunch of friends and everybody's bringing a bunch of goodies, and I was like, okay, just one thing of each. It's that of each that kills you, because there'd be like a bunch of stuff. And then I say, oh, a little bit. Then I'll get up an hour later, a little bit. And I just have lots of little bits. And then those little bits add up. Alrighty then. I think I did it. That is now fully rust browned. 950. Took me a little longer than I wanted, but I think that was the last major thing I had to do. Really not much else other than to maybe, I don't know, maybe put some shading on there on stuff. But I have done some shading already and some highlights. So it's getting to that point where I'm feeling like it's pretty good. There's not a lot left. Like, I gotta put some white on here. I apparently touched my brush on that. But this guy is due for a battle this week. He's supposed to be battling with Santa, who is right here, who is not done. I got his shield on him, but I do not have his sword on him, which is right here. His sword is not 100% done, so I'm got to deal with that. And this broke. I don't even know what part broke, but some part of it broke the other day. Too much pressure. I think one of these arms broke off. I had to glue it back on. So yeah, that's going to be fun. He's brittle too. And then ideally, I'm going to change this around a little bit. I'm going to put the white border on it like I did on the metal of this one, so that it's, kind of in sync. But not now. That might be my tomorrow task, but Krampus here, I got to find a place for him that's safe because everywhere is not safe for him. there's not there's not a good place to put Krampus. He's just constantly in danger zone. I could put him in a case, and that's what I'll probably do. But it's like I'm afraid to to touch him. Once I get him in a case, he's just gonna be in there forever because I'm never gonna want to touch him. I'll put him in the center of one as the centerpiece, and then that's I think that's gonna have to be done for now. So anyway, there's oh, you know what I should do? I should take a picture of him, like a progress photo, which might be his last photo. I don't know. We'll go here. We'll edit. Crop out a little bit of the excess. Wait, what? What? Stop it. Doesn't look too bad. I'll edit this one too. Why does it do that? It zooms in and then it jumps off the page. All right, and then we'll go over back to my app and we will go to pick a picture and we'll add that one in. Alrighty, that's it for now, man. Really got to get to Santa tomorrow. But for now, that's it. Hey, check out the X Case. Gonna have to say it. X Case and Mage Cage. Please do go to Active Minds Games on YouTube and Active Minds Games on Instagram to see pictures and videos of what they are. They're storage cases that'll hold your minis, your paints, your Lego minis, your Hot Wheels. Great display case, expandable, will grow with your collection. And we're going to try to make more clear ones. The clear ones are super cool. The white ones are pretty good too. Those are the ones I use a lot for my displays. Except for Superman. I put all my Broncos and Superman in blue cases. I have blue cases. And we also have Mage cages available. We have the magnetic inserts, the metal inserts, the flex irons you can put on the bottom of your minis and make them stick to the cases. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with these cases. They are the best. And I'm not talking about just what I say, because what I say is, of course, true. But, you know, if you want other opinions, they exist. There's a lot of people out there who have them. And if you like them enough and you want to be part of the Kickstarter when we launched and get some bigger ones made and more clear ones made and harder materials on them, go to Active Minds Games on Facebook and follow us there and help us get this thing launched. You can even back us. One good thing too, if you're willing, Patreon. The money we get from Patreon is going to go straight back to the cases. Well, if you're unless you specifically want it going to the streams themselves for me to make the streams better. So I will do that. That money goes to streams, but everything else goes towards getting this Kickstarter launched. That means finishing up some design work, starting to get some marketing done, that kind of thing that needs to be happening as part of the process. When we launch the Kickstarter, there's not a date yet because we have to hit 800 followers on Facebook to prove that we've got enough synergy to get this done. I figure around 800 to 1,000 is what we'll need. in order to have a successful Kickstarter, because we need to come out the gate firing with people helping us out right out the gate. Hey, until next time, you take it easy.